Hello, entrepreneurs. Joe DeChara coming to you live from downtown Flushing, New York, once again with another amazing version of How to Win at Business. And if you're watching live, please give me a hashtag live. I'm getting all kinds of pop-ups, all kinds of interference because I think somebody doesn't want me to broadcast today. Last night, the same thing happened. It was like I got all these technical difficulties and I couldn't finish my broadcast. And tonight, actually this afternoon, and if you're on the West Coast, it's probably still morning. But what we are doing is, first off, let me introduce my sponsors. Bedrock University. Classes are in full swing. There is no COVID-19 on the internet. So if you go to bedrockuniversity.com, there's plenty of world-class training, all free, all for small business owners. And my new favorite sponsor, Sudoku. Go to sudoku.com to buy your handcrafted COVID-19 masks, folks. And the company was owned and operated by my mom and my sister, so I highly recommend Sudoku.com. And today, this afternoon, this morning, wherever you are, I am going to finish what I started yesterday, and I am going to discuss the 3 reasons why an LLC could be bad for your business. But before I get into that, if you don't know me, I was just reminded by my mentor, my Facebook and Facebook Live mentor, Haley Gray, to introduce myself at the beginning of every Facebook Live or YouTube Live, whatever. And if you're watching the recording, this isn't even live. But if you don't know me, I am a CPA working out of Queens, New York. I've been certified since 1988. I think yesterday I said 1984, but that was wrong. So I added 3 years of experience. So I just lost 3 years worth of CPA experience in my mind. So I've been doing this a long time, 37 years. The laws as they pertain to s-corps and sole proprietors have not changed that much. I mean, yeah, there's been some changes, but the basic premise behind an s-corp has not changed. I have worked with thousands of small business owners from their initial idea all the way to taking them through sometimes criminal IRS cases and dissolving their business, which is not a fun thing to do. And knowing that was not fun, I decided to turn my business around and start focusing on brand new business owners. So if you're new to business, if you're a little confused, maybe you're a lot confused, like I was in the beginning, okay, because I thought it was easy. And it's not easy. And if you're just starting out and you're starting to figure out that it's not easy, I'm going to tell you what's going on right now. The problem, my friends, is that life is difficult. We are born kicking and screaming. And it doesn't get any easier. So if anybody's got a charmed life and life is easy, God bless you, but the truth is that it is tough. It's complicated. There's a lot of trials and tribulations to begin with. And what makes entrepreneurs really insane is the fact that we make it even tougher. Okay, so if you're not in business and you're trying to simplify your life, the last thing you want to do is start a business. Okay, if you're trying to make things less complicated, don't start a business, because all starting a business does is start a whole avalanche of things that you didn't know you didn't know. So that's the crux of the problem. So people go into business with unreal expectations, expecting that it's going to be easy, just like me. A lot of times, and I have my story, my ice cream truck story, where I thought I was getting arrested by the New York State sales tax department, and I didn't even know why. But that's it in a nutshell. Life is tough. So when you go into business, don't expect it to get any easier. And everyone goes through this. And that is why so many businesses fail. It's not because of a lack of capital or poor management or a bad economy. That's why established businesses fail. New businesses fail because it's so damn complicated and confusing, and it's like that by design, folks. Forbes say 8 out of 10 businesses fail. Those numbers don't work. If you look at them, I've looked at these numbers for years. The truth is that we are at a flat rate. Okay. There's not new businesses starting, and there's as many businesses going out of business today as starting. Okay, and they skew the numbers. The government is skewing the numbers to make themselves look good. What a surprise. So when you go into business, the odds are stacked against you to begin with, because of government compliance, barriers, and major confusion. This is the conclusion that I've come up to after all these years of experience. Hi, Tamara. So yeah, okay, Tamara, good point. You actually formed an LLC, but you're being taxed as an s-corp, which is the bottom line. I only care about how you're being taxed. And that's my point today. So thank you for bringing that up. I do have clients that are LLCs, which I converted to a corporation. And because of all this confusion, what I have done, I have turned my business around to really an education model where I am trying, my mission is to help you make business simple, fun, and profitable. Because if you're confused, you're probably not having fun. And it's a lot harder to make money when you're not having fun. So by simplifying things, by taking these seemingly complicated issues and boiling them down to what they really are, I am doing what I was born to do, I believe. Thank God. And if I'm not, I'm enjoying myself, and I love my business today because I'm not dealing with the established companies going out of business. I'm dealing with brand new people that are excited about being in business, and they want to do the right thing. And the whole thing about LLCs, really irks me because they are not applicable when it comes to starting a brand new business for a regular solopreneur. They do not have a tax status. And I don't think people in the world understand this. LLC is a legal entity. It has no standing with the IRS. So when people go into business, they're all afraid of the IRS, blah, blah, blah. And for some, and I'm getting down to the bottom of it, but for some reason, people think that forming an LLC is going to protect them. and it will. It'll protect them in legal matters, not when it comes to the IRS. And yet, I see professionals, CPAs, tax preparers, telling their clients to become LLCs. And it makes no sense at all to me. Because if you are, and I'm not even covering what I said I was going to cover because of Tamara. Thank you, Tamara. But, you know, the crux of the problem is that the people out there that should know this stuff don't. They don't know it. And I don't know why. You know, I started in accounting a long time ago when we did things with a pencil and a paper. And I got a feeling that we have a whole generation of accountants and tax professionals that look at accounting as like data entry. They're just plugging numbers into a computer program. And they're not putting any thought behind the ramifications. And so these are the three reasons, and it's really only one reason, and it gets that simple, folks. There are three choices: sole proprietor, LLC, or corporation, which you can turn into an s-corp. So it's a corporation is either a c-corp or an s-corp, but there's still only three choices. Okay, I'm going to make it even easier because in reality, there's only two choices: sole proprietor or corporation. LLCs are not recognized by the IRS. So when a single owner forms an LLC, as far as the IRS is concerned, that's great. You got LLC behind your name, but we're still taxing you as a sole proprietor. And that's it. So now it becomes, well, if an LLC isn't going to solve my tax problems, how do I solve my tax problems? You're still left with either being taxed as a sole proprietor or taxed as an s-corp. Any CPA that tells you it's better to be a sole proprietor because of compliance issues, or because of this, or because of that, find another accountant, because they're not serving you. I could show you in black and white that once you hit about 30 grand in net profit, whatever it costs you to be a corporation is more than offset by what you save in taxes, on top of the fact that the IRS simply does not audit S corporations, especially not S corporations with 200, 150, 80,000 in revenue. They do audit sole proprietors with that amount of revenue. Why? Because the IRS knows that sole proprietors are not educated. And if they're not educated, they probably don't keep good records. And if they don't keep good records, they probably made mistakes. This is logical. There is no emotion in the decision. LLCs are not a tax entity. LLCs are for sophisticated taxpayers that want to do fancy partnerships or have passive activities that they want to invest in, and they are not for brand new business owners. Absolutely. That is my story. I'm sticking with it. Okay. And here's the thing, folks. I posted this question in a large Facebook group of tax professionals, of over 4,000 tax professionals. And over half of them claimed that this was a legal issue. It's a legal issue. Yeah. Well, when you're in business, it is always a legal issue, whether you're a sole proprietor or an s-corp. You do not need an attorney to decide what kind of tax entity. If you're seeking legal protection, then go to an attorney and then figure out if an LLC is appropriate for your situation. But if you're opening a new business and you think that being an LLC is a good idea, you are misinformed. And if you're an LLC, a single shareholder LLC right now, you really need to look at what it's costing you in taxes and what your audit exposure is. And that's the only issues, folks. It's very simple. It's not complicated. That's my story. I'm sticking with it. If I've rubbed you the wrong way, tough. If you don't like what I'm saying, tough. Okay, I've been doing this a long time, and the numbers speak for themselves. If you're a professional and you don't like me calling you out on it, tough. Private message me and we'll debate it logically, with no emotion, without any legal mumbo jumbo, no QBI calculations, alternative minimum tax add backs. It's not that complicated, folks. If you're in business, you need to have at least one s-corp. Again, Joe DiChiara, that's my story. I'm sticking with it. God bless. And I will see you tonight with more of the same rant. Thank you.